not enough. Why do you cost $20? I usually don't complain about the prices of games, but I don't really see how this is justified. Crying is not enough. I'm gonna take these shotgun shells. Last time, remember what happened? We got stuck in the facility as there was a key card door that I tried once, and then after trying it a second time, it just didn't work anymore. Like, I wasn't able to interact with it. I was frustrated because I thought that that might be the door I had to go through. Turns out, no, my code does not work with that door, so I can't go through that yet. I then experimented with a few other things we could do, and I realized that, hey, it's actually boss time. So let's get out our shotgun. Ready for battle. Best animations in the business. Crying is not enough. I mentioned that there's a boss fight you can just walk right into without the loadout you need to win, and this is it. I have a shotgun, I have ammo, I played some Cubica, so I got some additional ammo, so we should be good to go on this one. We go into this large empty warehouse. Let me just pick this up. Half full syringe. Alright. Well, as I walk forward, a cutscene is going to start where the boss is introduced. I want to try to do something. That fire right there. I'm going to try to just run right at it. Here he comes. Here's our first boss. He's ready to go. So are we. Yes! Yes! Go, Jacob! Jacob is out of here! Boss doesn't know what to make of that. Yeah, okay, so clearly that's not supposed to happen. If you're running when this cutscene starts, you will just keep running. The reason I was trying to aim myself was because, you know, you can end up anywhere. I just wanted to try to get Jacob visible in the cutscene as the boss was walking out. So we just got a good shot of Jacob running away. Unfortunately, the place I'm going to end up is on fire, because Flamethrower Man has made it on fire. Hopefully, I'll be able to survive. Okay, well, I'm not taking damage yet. Let's see if I can get out of here. Let me run away. Okay, got past. Fortunately, the fire I was in, I guess, was not real fire. Didn't actually do damage to me. Let me, use that. Okay. Now we're better. Okay, Flamethrower Man. My shotgun, as shotguns do, not very effective from a distance. I'm gonna have to get up close. Fortunately, he is very big and slow. He is huge, actually. It's very slow-turning Flamethrower Man versus very unimpressive shotgun. I mean, seriously, listen to the sound it makes. It's actually kind of incredible how weak of a sound it is. So, you'd think this wouldn't work. He has a flamethrower. That's like a really good close-range weapon. You'd think you'd want to keep your distance. Turns out, no. Turns out, no. It's just fine to do it like this. Oh, he's getting close. Getting close! Not quite. Oh, walked in some fire. Took some damage. Oh, hold on. Gotta reload. Also, he is next to some fire, which makes it difficult to run around him, so want to get some distance between him and me. Let's see. Do I want to use the full vial yet? Nah, I still have some health. I would probably just be wasting some of the vial. He's a very tall man. You'd think he'd be physically powerful. Instead of having to need this flamethrower. There he goes. He's down. He's down. Okay, so I just want to point out that you remember that we used to only have a handgun and we had like 3 or 4 bullets. That's not going to do the job against this guy. I guess you could try to use melee attacks, but melee attacks are very weak and you would be at it for a while if you tried to do that. Let's pick something up. Got a vial. Okay. Boss down. So you could just walk in here at any time, regardless of how prepared you might be. And, you know, if you saved, it's no big deal. It's just that if you didn't, it's kind of an unpleasant surprise. So why are we here? Well, we're here because this was really, you know, the only room that we weren't able to explore. The only area, because it had a big flamethrower man in it. But we don't have to worry about that anymore. Just make sure there's nothing around. So most of my gameplay, when you're not seeing this, when I'm not recording, most of my gameplay looks a lot like this. I'm running around large areas, just hammering on the interact button to see if anything works. Oh. That kind of blipped out of reality for a sec, didn't it? Yeah. Do that again. Can I get that to work? No. Those barrels just kind of vanished for a bit, but I guess it's not happening now. No cameras. Wouldn't want anyone to take pictures of this place, find out what's happening here.
It's locked. There must be another way around.
Yeah? Well, it's not locked. There's like a barrel behind it. I don't want to push myself against it. I might just clip right through it. Oh, hold on. This is a different room, though. Alright. Precious coins. We always need those. Probably nothing else in here. Let's see, what are we looking for? I'll know when I see it. There's plenty of doors around the perimeter of this place, but not many you can actually go in. Oh, there's some ammo. Take some more of that. Run by the giant crate labeled radioactive without really a care. Jacob doesn't seem to really think really much about the whole radioactivity thing that's happening, does he? You think he'd be a little bit more concerned about it? I don't know. So this is like the entryway of the warehouse. I had to go through this little entry to get to the boss area. Oh, hold on. Something that happened here once. Let's see if I can... I'm just going to move the camera around a little bit. No, it doesn't seem like it's happening. When I was here before, this was like one of those areas where the world vanishes if you move the camera just right. Doesn't seem like it's happening now, though, unfortunately. I feel like I've done a full circle around this place. Yeah, I already looked here. Alright, so there's one door that I'm clearly not finding. I know what I'm looking for. I can't interact with him, by the way. I know what I'm looking for, I'm just not sure where it is. But the reason I had to kill him, Flamethrower Man, is because with him dead, I can now look around this place and find... Well, I've already been in here. And find something specific that I need to continue on with our quest to, I don't know, do something. Can't see through that window. Oh, actually, something I wanted to try. You know, there are graphic options. I was just looking at this. You know, why don't we just turn them all off? Let's see what that looks like. Why not? It couldn't look much worse, could it? Do you think it looks worse? I mean, the texture, you can see the texture quality going down. There's no question about it. Can I go through there? And now he's saying the door is jammed. So is there another way in there? You know, I don't know if this really looks that much worse. Actually, there are some of those options I might just want to keep off. Let's turn texture quality up, shadow quality. I think I should keep motion blur and chromatic aberration off. I think if I keep those two off, that probably just looks better. I think it does. Especially keeping that motion blur off. That motion blur was terrible. Oh, hold on. I thought I tried this door, but maybe I didn't. Yeah. This is what I want. Explosive material. Common explosive material. Yes, it's common. Your everyday household explosive material. Without a detonator, it is useless. Well, you know, Elaine... No, her name's not Elaine. Her name's Claire. Why did I think Elaine? Why did that name pop in my head? I don't know. Claire wanted us to destroy an aircraft. And a bomb would be something that could do that. So, we need to find the other part of this. Where's the other part? Well, fortunately, I already knew where it was. Let's get out of here. Oh, before we do, there's a lot of empty space around this warehouse, and you could just search around it for, like, minutes. Not really find much. There is one thing, though, that we should find. One thing. It's over here. You can see some, like, sparks in the background. Let's pick up these shells while we're here. Alright, here's a friend. But like most friends, we don't actually need to fight. Just kite him away from that fence. Look at how our eyes are twitching. Why do our eyes twitch like that? I mean, maybe it's just nerves, you know? Jacob's real nervous about what's happening. Let's get this. It's a working fuse. It seems to be in good condition. That's just there. We picked it up. We're taking it with us. And I think that's everything. Oh no, wait. Oh no, the run key stopped working. The run key has stopped working. Oh. Come on, crying is not enough. Hold on, let me just get him to stop following us. There we go. I was happy about what's going on, but now the run key has stopped working. Alright, I'm gonna have to make my way to the save point. I'm gonna have to waste a coin saving. I mean, I guess it's good since I beat the boss, but didn't have to save right now. Fortunately, there is a machine right here. Hey, Cubica, how you doing? Let's, exit the game. Exit the main menu. Vengeance is in my heart. Death in my hand. Blood and revenge are hammering in my head. Oh, crying is not enough. Let me load my game. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you disable our run key, don't we get frustrated with this game that's kind of broken in every way? It's like kind of every way. How is that even possible to be broken in... There we go, it's working. How is it possible to be broken in all ways? How do you do that? It couldn't be deliberate, but how would you do this accidentally? Alright, now we can go. Oh, but before we do that, let's get Jacob's comments on this bridge over here.
The bridge is destroyed.
It sure is. No way out of here. Except, you know, the working airplane, which Claire wants us to destroy. So we'll do that. I mean, if neither Jake nor Claire know how to fly a plane, maybe it's just useless to them. So, okay, maybe I can't fault them for that. If you don't know how to fly a plane, if you have no idea, you really just don't want to try to do it. Even if you're on an island full of monsters and people who have committed such cruelties as we heard of before. All right, let's go down this hill. So remember our objectives right now. The objectives, once we came outside, we have two objectives. One is to destroy the only working aircraft on the island, because if we don't, the villains might take it, fly away, and then blow up the island. They won't blow up the island as long as the villains are on it, so we have to prevent them from escaping. After we do that, we need to disable a radio which is jamming our radio, I think it is? Anyway, we came to the docks. It's like this pretty large area, and like the single thing is this thing on this table. There's nothing else in this whole area. I know I keep harping on about that. It's weird. It's weird how big these areas are, and how there's like nothing in it. Beautiful water. Maybe we could swim to safety. Oh, that ladder? It's not real. None of the ladders are in this game. Okay, detonator. If it is combined with explosive materials, it can be deadly. Let's combine. C4. It'll blast you away. No, I'm not gonna use my action hero voice for this. This doesn't deserve the action hero voice. Like, you could be looking around and saying, I wonder if there's anything of interest around here. There's like a little hut up there. It's designed to get your attention because there's this flaming barrel. Anything in here? Oh, no? Okay. Okay, nothing. Like, a lot of the game is like that. It's weird. And the enemies, there's like very few enemies, and they're just kind of out in wide open spaces. You can run around them. They roar at you before they do anything. Hold on, is this the... Oh, the path's this way. They roar at you before they do anything, so they delay their attack by roaring at you. And like this looks like the door, but then this is actually the door? I don't know. Is the game a practical joke? Did someone do this deliberately? No, because if someone does a bad game deliberately, it's more obvious. It's like when, someone does a bad movie, when you have like a real auteur who does a bad movie, like Neil Breen, and then you have people who do bad movies but deliberately, like Sharknado movies. There's a big difference between them. This does not look like someone was deliberately making a bad game. So we got landing area, warehouse, maintenance, and hangar. So we have the bomb. We got to get to the aircraft. The aircraft is in the hangar. There are two hangars, and there are what appear to be two operational aircraft, but only one of them works, I suppose. Watch out for the radioactivity. That guy is loving the radioactivity. Can't get enough of it. Let's see. Hello. Okay, here are the hangars up ahead. Now, I said previously that I thought that the helicopter here was probably the operational aircraft. Because, like, it looks, I don't know, more detailed, maybe? Apparently it's not. It's this, which just looks like all the other airplanes in this area. But this is the one. Let's use the C4. I know. Hold on. Look at the little fist pump we did. I like how he flinched from the explosion. That's some nice detail. Okay, what do we have to do next? Second thing we need to do is to disable the radio that's jamming us. Hold on, let me just get rid of him. He's distracting me. There we go. The radio is up in that tower. If we go up there, it turns out that it has no power. We have to restore the power. We do that by going to the control room. We've been here before. How do we restore the power? Well, last time I was here, I'm pretty sure I tried interacting with this. Even if it wasn't on the video, it would have been in my practice session. This time, however... No?
Something was powered up.
There it is. There it is. Did I just have to get it on the right... Yes, yes. Did I have to get it on the right corner or something? Uh-oh, that's actually bad. Because enemies do a lot of damage when they actually hit you. Oh, there we go. Usually you don't have to worry about enemies hitting you. But that was dangerous right there. Alright. So yeah, I don't know. I thought I interacted with this at some point, but maybe I just didn't hit it at the right corner or something. Now everything's powered on. We could go out the back. This door was locked before. We could explore the back area here. What do you suppose we'd find if we explored it? If you guessed nothing? Pretty sure you're correct. Pretty sure you've got it right. You figured this game out. And you didn't even have to play it as long as I did. 'Cause I've been playing it for apparently much longer than it seems. I looked at the time I had on Steam playing this game before I started recording tonight. It said 8 hours. I don't remember that. Where did the 8 hours go? I would say that it doesn't seem like 8 hours, but considering how bad this game is, does it make sense that the time would go by fast? Not really. How did I get to 8 hours playtime? I can't figure that out. There's a beep. You know what that is. I should probably wait until Beeping Man appears. There he is. Because he will kill me with his explosion. There we go. Alright, this is the radio that we have to disable. It's right here. Who likes puzzles? It's not a survival horror game until you have simple puzzles. It's kind of comforting to get like a little simple puzzle. All right, we have to like change these waveforms so they match. You've seen this kind of puzzle before in other games, I'm sure. Okay, red and green now match. Yeah, now I need to select blue. Let's get that to match. There we go. Oh, come on. Okay.
Jacob, are you there?
Claire? Yes, I can hear you.
Good job, Jacob. Now you have to from the other side of the island. I have managed to open the door that leads to the cemetery, the cord with the many doors.
Claire, are you there? I can't hear you. Claire! She said something about a corridor and a door that led to the cemetery.
Alright, that's the only clue we have. Of the game we've seen so far, there is a corridor with a door that leads to a cemetery. Where do you think it is? Because we gotta find it. Okay, fortunately I know where it is. I went looking. Oh, come on. Alright, let's get this out. When we don't want to have to be bothered. So, I mentioned that I'm continually impressed by this game's lack of direction. And I have to assume that the reason there's so much of a lack of direction is to expand playtime, you know? Like, they didn't want the game to be short, so the way you make it a long game is to make the player wander around for everything. Like, that's probably what it is. Because, again, where do you think the door is we're looking for? We're looking for a door in a corridor that leads to a cemetery. We have seen it. Do you remember where it is? The one clue that we have is that previously in this airfield, we found the key card. Remember that? This. And has a code. Do you remember you remember what that unlocked? It unlocked the corridor back in the prison where we woke up. Because when we went back into the facility, the door to that hallway was locked. It wasn't locked when we first woke up there, but it was locked now. I unlocked the door, we went inside, and then the other cells in the corridor opened, monsters came out, we were introduced to the mannequins that laugh like babies. You remember them? So that's what that key card opened. However, that didn't lead anywhere. Do you remember that? It didn't lead anywhere. Maybe we should go back. For fun. I have to assume that maybe the designers didn't intend for the player to go back to the prison until after blowing up the plane and doing the radio puzzle. Because then what you would have in mind is, oh, I got this key card. It probably works somewhere in the facility. I'm going to go back, and then when you go back, you're immediately confronted with a locked door that goes to the hallway that you started in, and then you'll try using the key card on that. So that would make sense, except you can go back there before blowing up the airplane, use the key card there, fight the monsters, and then conclude that there's nothing there, which is what I did. But there is something there. It's just that it's not until we complete the airfield that there's something there. It's just kind of, it's a weird lack of direction. I'm just kind of continually confused by it. Like, what would be the point in making the player have to guess where the next door is? It has to be to just expand playtime, right? So when someone completes the game, they'll have, like, I don't know, like 20 hours playtime on Steam instead of 3. Because people do like games that last a while. Again, I'm spitballing here. That's the only reason I can think about it. Why didn't she just say, go back to the prison? There's a door to the cemetery there. I know I'm complaining about everything, but in this game, everything is worth complaining about. Including the load times. I'm sure glad we have Play-Doh to comfort us while we load the facility. This is actually, I think, the longest load time I've seen in the game so far, where we go back into the facility from the outside. For some reason, there is a long load time for that. Don't know why this specifically, but this one, yeah, there we go. Yep, there we are. We're jittering, we're bouncing. Let's see if we can get a good shot of that. There we go. There we go. Hey, how you doing? Jacob's doing A-okay. You know, looking at that animation, well, not an animation, looking at us bouncing in the elevator, look at his eyes. Why is his eyes doing that? Why does his eyes do that? Looking at us bouncing in the elevator, I might assume that it was never intended for us to go back in here, but we're supposed to. Oh, that's still hanging up there, huh? Okay, remember this? Hey, how you doing? Oh, there's someone here. Someone here? Hello? Hello? I'm not going in there. You want me, you're gonna have to come out. I've been in there. Can we knock him down? Oh. Well, he didn't... Wow, look at that. That is something happening there. Whoa. Is that physics not being able to handle the impact of the shotgun shell? Let's get a full view of that. I mean, it's even coming down all the way to the end of the hallway. Maybe that's just never going to recover. Maybe that's just going to keep doing that. Oh boy. How does this happen? Anyway, the door to the cemetery. Do you remember this prison? Do you remember this door was locked? It's not locked now. In another... Again, I don't mean to keep bringing this up, but in most other survival horror games, like a Resident Evil game, you would have looked at this door and it would have said, huh, a rusty jail cell door. And then later on, we would have gotten the rusty jail cell key. And we would have looked at it, and the description would have said, this looks like it opens a rusty jail door. And the key would have looked like the rusty iron that the door is made out of. Thus indicating to you, hey, do you remember that rusty jail door? Maybe you should try to go unlock it. We didn't get that here. We didn't get a key. It's just open. It's just unlocked. I mean, there's not many interesting people here either. And crying is not enough. It's not heaven. I can tell you that. I haven't seen any interesting people, though. Well, maybe that's enough. For crying is not enough this time round. We are heading to the cemetery.
It's locked. There must be another way around.
And if you say so, Jake. We're heading to the cemetery. There's like something on the wall. What does that say? That's like words. I can't... Chronopolis Peace. I don't know. Oh, something project. Slavery project, maybe? Slavery project Chronopolis Peace. Maybe that's what that says.
It's locked. There must be another way around.
Well, you know, you're working for a good company when they're working on the slavery project. Anyway, we're back outside in some woods. We're heading to the cemetery. I'll see you next time as more of this continues. Just more of this. Look at those eyes. Why is he doing that?